The 2024 regular season has come to a close for the Red Raiders. And in today's video, we'll grade each side of the football for Texas Tech in 2024. From the offense to the special teams, defense, we're listening to you guys today and y'all's votes over on Twitter. What grade are y'all going to give them? We'll discuss that plus my grade for each group in today's video. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxfield here for the Back to 12 podcast, and we're almost to 11,000 subscribers. A sincere thank you to each and every one of you that has subscribed already. I know about 55% of y'all that watch these videos aren't subscribed, so I would highly encourage you to do so. It's 100% free and by far the most interactive Texas Tech YouTube channel. So if you want to join the Back to 12 squad, just follow these 3 simple steps. Like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. I mentioned interactive. I want to hear from you guys. Head down to the pinned comment below and give your grades for the Texas Tech offense, defense, and special teams for 2024. I know there's going to be some different opinions, let's just say, on those, including my own, but I want to hear from you guys. Let me know down on the pinned comment below your grade for each of the units for Texas Tech, offense, defense, and special teams. All right. I put this out on Twitter. I believe it was on Saturday, maybe Saturday afternoon, Sunday, one of the two. It doesn't matter, but we've got at least 500 votes on each position group side of the football, I should say. Okay, we're going to start with the Texas Tech offense. Okay, A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to give you guys the grade that the public had, and then I'll say mine. With 748 votes, 65.3% of Texas Tech fans, albeit on my Twitter, you should follow me at RCMB323, gave the Red Raider offense a B. Do I agree with them? I'm going to lay out some stats for everybody here. Texas Tech was top 10 in total offense in the country this year, actually coming in at number 10. They were the top scoring offense in the Big 12. They were the 8th best scoring offense nationally. And for the first time in program history, you had a 1,500-yard rusher and a 1,000-yard receiver. With those stats right there, you would think I would say probably an A, right? But I actually agree with the general public here with a B, and the reason being is this. I felt like I turned into a Zach Kittley defender the last 2 weeks of the year, which was strange for me because if you do pay attention or watch any of these videos throughout the year, it was really the polar opposite. But that being said, I thought the Texas Tech offense held up their end of the bargain and then some this year, right? When you have a top 10 scoring team in the country, you would think that, hey, that's a good offense right now. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Like, was Zach Kittley perfect? No. Was he frustrating as hell sometimes? Yes. But most of the time, the Texas Tech offense held up their end of the bargain in terms of putting Texas Tech in the proper position to succeed, right? The lone exception I can think of from a game-wide level is that game number 2 up in Pullman against Washington State where you scored 16 points and you look like a junior varsity offense, right? Outside of that, you kind of held up your end of the bargain. I know some people will say, oh, RC, what about the Hammond fumble at TCU? I hear you. Texas Tech scored 34 points in that game, and the offense helped propel the defense to have a 17-point lead. Now, did the offense stall out at some points? Absolutely. But are we just going to look over the fact that the Texas Tech defense allowed multiple big-time plays to the Horned Frogs in about a minute and 30-second span? Texas Tech allowed 14 points to TCU in terms of TCU having the football. Listen, the offense, was it perfect? No, by no stretch of the imagination. I, on the other hand, can't get behind the fact that some people want Zach Kittley fired. I thought he did a pretty solid job this year, to be honest with you, especially considering the offensive line was still booty cheeks for a majority of the year. Okay? Yes, Taj Brooks hides a lot of flaws that you have on offense. So does Josh Kelly. I don't think you should, lower a grade for a coach because he has good players. Good coaches put good players in the proper position to succeed, and players hide some coaches' flaws. That's why I'm not giving him an A. I think y'all nailed it on this one. I think Zach Kittley and the Texas Tech offense got a B, if not a B plus. I could see that, but I'm just going to go with a solid B. All right. Again, one more reminder, be sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. We've got live videos here on the channel. We're going to have you updated on everything surrounding the defensive coordinator search for Texas Tech. We'll also keep you up to date with everything in the portal, whether it's good in terms of Texas Tech reaching out to some guys, some bad, like we went live last night to describe Michael Hudson and how we were all feeling about that situation. If you want to join the most interactive Texas Tech community that is 100% free, most engaging, I'm telling you right now, you can't beat it. Help us out and get to 11,000 subscribers by simply liking the video, hitting that subscribe button, and turning on that notification bell. All right, this one had the most votes here. It was the defense with over 1,150 votes. Drum roll, please. I don't know if y'all could even hear that on the microphone, but regardless, with 50.6% of the vote, the general public, i.e., my followers on Twitter, gave the Texas Tech defense a C. Okay, let's lay out some stats for this Texas Tech defense that will have a new defensive coordinator. You can go back and listen to my thoughts on the prior VOD here on the channel about Tim DeRuyter and Marcel Yates being fired. Texas Tech ranked 123rd nationally in total defense, allowing 451.9 yards per game. And 132nd, second worst in the country in pass defense, with 305.3 yards allowed through the air passing this year. A C seems generous. And I get it. Some people are going to say, oh, Jacob Rodriguez and what he did, elevates them. Or, hey, it was a young defense and there were injuries. And I hear that, right? But again, your offense averaged 35 plus points. And even in the games against bowl teams, they averaged 31 points per game, right? Your defense allowed 33. You're not going to win very many games. To be honest with you, it's actually shocking to me looking at this from a 50,000-foot view and taking off my scarlet and black colored glasses. Like, I don't know how Texas Tech got to 8-4. I'm just being honest with you. Like, when your defense is this bad, right? Like, yeah, they created some turnovers, but this defense was bad. I would hope that people would say this is a C-. Me personally, I would give them a D+. You didn't get after the passer very well. Yes, I understand you did against West Virginia. West Virginia was checked out. Neil Brown's gone now, whatever, right? Doesn't discredit the game that you had, but there were circumstances there and some nuance to that I think people should know. But overall, your defense was putrid this year, right? You had no pass rush. Your secondary was abysmal. Really, the only lone bright spots you had were your linebackers, most notably Jacob Rodriguez, who hopefully comes back next year. It sounds like him and his wife are going to have a conversation on if he wants to go to the pros or if he wants to return. Hopefully, he returns and he just gets a bag in the NIL perspective. But I can't, in good faith, at least personally, give Texas Tech anything higher than a D+. So I disagree with the general public on this one. And again, 50.6% of the vote with over 1,100 votes on this one. Okay. I disagree. I would have given them a D. That's just my thoughts. All right. We move to special teams. We'll wrap this one up pretty quickly. This one had the least amount of votes. I'm not surprised. Not a lot of people have opinions on special teams when they're good. And I thought Texas Tech was good with 499 votes. Let's round up to 500. It's right there. With 53.1% of the vote, the general public, i.e. my followers on Twitter, gave the Texas Tech special teams unit a B. I think that that's more than fair. I would go with a B+. Gino Garcia was automatic this year. I believe he has one missed field goal all year. I thought the return game was solid. There were a couple times where they made you hold your breath because of some iffy situations on coming out of the end zone or ball security. But overall, I thought Coach Perry's unit did a phenomenal job this year, most notably from the kicking side of things. It felt like every time Gino Garcia went out there, he was automatic, right? You had that Reese Burkhart missed field goal in Fort Worth, but Gino Garcia really took this job and ran with it as the primary field goal guy. Even with the Burkhart injury, I thought Gino was clear-cut the best kicker on the roster for Texas Tech. And that's not to mention how good Texas Tech was in terms of really wrapping up. I thought that that's where they were the best in terms of tackling was actually on special teams this year, outside of Jacob Rodriguez and the linebackers for the most part when it came to any kind of defense. So, again, looking over this, the general public gave the Red Raider offense a B. I agree with that. I would probably say just a solid B. I could see if somebody wanted to go B minus, B plus, but I think they deserve a B. The general public said a C for the Texas Tech defense. I disagree. I would give them a D plus on this one, but 50.6% of people gave them a C. So we'll see who Texas Tech hires on the defensive side of the football in terms of a coordinator, and hopefully that C can turn into a B next year with some new innovating defensive schemes for the Red Raiders. Now, special teams, we just went over to recap and in the video here. Special teams gets a B. I would agree with that. But before you head out of here, let me know your grades for the Texas Tech offense, the Texas Tech defense, and the special teams in 2024. No wrong answers here. It's your opinion. That's what makes this show great. I'm here to interact with you guys. And if you want to join the largest group of Texas Tech fans on YouTube that has a channel that's 100% free, interactive, and I'll be honest with you guys, that's what I'm going to be every video. Honest. No holds barred. I'm going to be 100% me on here 100% of the time. Period. End of story. So if you want authentic, honest, and free Texas Tech content all year round for whether it's happening on the gridiron or on the hardwood, 3 simple steps, people. Like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell to join the Back to 12 squad today.